Hey, Roger Brown here, UMG Energy. And I want to go over with you a question that I get asked a lot. And I've talked about this before, but I think it really needs to be talked about more because I think a lot of people don't understand this unless they've worked in a corporate world and in a cost reduction capacity like I have as an industrial engineer. I just want to explain to you why there are savings. People ask me, Roger, how can there really be savings here? Don't the utilities fix these problems? Don't people at the company just question them and make sure that everything is done right and the costs are the lowest? That seems to make most sense to me. That's the belief system that most people have. And I know, having been in the cost reduction world for 25 years now, that is just not the case. We human beings are not very efficient. We do the least amount that is possible to get by most of the time, and that's what drives so much of these savings. So we have a couple of reasons. First of all, people in a company are usually not incentivized. They're not given anything extra to do more than their job, and they don't. Secondly, the same exists with the utility. There's nobody on that side of the equation that is going to be paid to reduce a customer's invoice. Just not going to happen. There's never going to be a party thrown for the employee at a utility that reduces revenue. Not going to happen. The third thing, and this is on both sides, the utility and on the company side, this is other people's money, OPM. When people are dealing with other people's money, and I'm talking about all of us. When we're dealing with our money, it's one thing. When we're dealing with other people's money, we don't care quite as much. It's hard to get motivated to do it. Some people have a very powerful desire to optimize, and those are few and far between. Most people have a hard time getting excited about reducing somebody else's expenses. So you got this confluence of these forces that conspire to keep things the way that they are. People explain why they are a certain way rather than challenging and expecting better results. I know from 25 years of cost reduction that these opportunities exist in every single category known to man in every business on the planet, and they just continue to exist. Even after we've done our best, somebody else might be able to come in and do even better. That's the nature of optimization. We go in and work on utility costs because they're easy to benchmark for shared savings purposes, because all we do is performance-based contracting through referral partners. But these opportunities exist in every single category of expense. You can always do better if you're pushing and you're treating these expenses like they're your money. So we've got this bad situation we just talked about, where we've got people on both sides of the equation. We've got the company, the people that are responsible for costs at the company are responsible for paying the bills or whatever their role is at the company, where they might be touching expense reduction. And we've got the same people, different people, but the same level of people on the utility side that are, none of it's in their money. So there's not going to be that kind of attention put on it like it would be if it were to be their money. We interject as a third party, and we get paid only on performance. It becomes our money if we can reduce those costs. So we've injected an element in there that does not exist. Maybe it existed when the company was formed and when the original partners put money together and started that manufacturing company or that laundry or car dealership or whatever. But once these businesses get built, they are absolutely 100% in the grip of this inertia where people are looking at it like it's other people's money. Again, not casting aspersions. This is just human nature and the reason we exist, and the reason we've had a business for 25 years. So that's the way we get around it. We don't pretend like we can make people do something different than what their nature tells them to do. We can't make somebody who's not going to get a piece of the action at a company or utility. We can't make them take the level of action that's required to reduce costs. So we insert ourselves in the middle as consultants on a pay for performance basis only, and then we let nature take its course because we're highly motivated to succeed. We're not going to give up because it is our money. We're going to take half. We're going to take 50% of whatever we reduce for a period of 60 months plus a refund. So it can be very lucrative for us to solve their problem, and it would not get solved otherwise unless somebody, us or somebody like us, who has a profit motive where there's our money on the line, gets injected into the scenario and takes the time to make the savings happen. Because a lot of them, especially for larger companies, a lot of them are not just simple, just chip the ball into the cup and you're done. They take some finessing in order to get done, that they maybe are known by the company. In a lot of cases, we see, especially with large companies, we see the solutions are known, but people will rationalize them and not do them because they're a lot of trouble. They might involve a little bit of perceived risk on the part of the company or the utility, and they get just shut down because here again, there's nobody incentivized financially to make that move. They're incentivized to keep things the way that they are and keep the level of risk low to no risk in that scenario. So that's why it works. It's human nature, and every single business on the planet, and that applies not only to businesses but our own personal expenses as well. We're generally motivated to reduce our own expenses, but we don't always even do that, even though it is putting money in our pocket. But we've got these forces involved that want to keep things the way they are. We get in the middle, and we're financially incentivized to make things happen, and that's why these savings occur. It's not any particular brilliance on my part or anybody's part. It's taking advantage of this element of human nature that exists at the company and the utility, and changing the dynamic so that we get results. Take care. Have a great day.